This is the largest prison in the world, designed to hold up to 40,000 inmates. It's a brand new, high-security fortress where prisoners are under constant surveillance inside and out. As many as 100 prisoners are crowded into a single cell with no privacy, no time outside, no fresh air, and no visits from loved ones. This surreal mega-prison is located in El Salvador, a Central American nation that has been terrorized for decades by warring street gangs known as the Maras. Once one of the most dangerous places on Earth, with a murder rate among the highest in the world, El Salvador has changed direction under new leadership. When Nayib Bukele was elected president, he declared war on the gangs. His administration has imprisoned 2% of the country's adult population, many of them here, with no contact with their families and little hope of ever rejoining society. On paper, El Salvador is now significantly safer, and Bukele enjoys massive popularity. But reports suggest that as many as 1 in 3 inmates may be innocent. Is El Salvador sacrificing its democracy in its battle against the Maras? Meet Juan, a fictional character, but one whose story mirrors countless real lives affected by this harsh system. Juan is 15, tattooed, and from an extremely poor family. He's been on his own from a young age, ultimately joining one of the country's largest street gangs, Barrio 18. Now he's on a transport bus with other suspected gang members, on his way to this brand new mega prison, a high-security facility built to house El Salvador's so-called terrorists. Flashback 3 years. Bukele, the youngest president in El Salvador's history, is savvy with social media and quickly ascended to power. His fight against the Maras has been central to his political career. These gangs trace back to the 1960s in major U.S. cities like L.A. When the U.S. deported thousands of young Latinos in the 1990s, the gangs took root in Central America, dominating El Salvador's streets for decades with extortion, weapons, and drug trafficking. As president, Bukele initially tried softer methods, including youth programs, street lighting, and education projects, and these were successful at first. But as violence escalated, his tactics changed dramatically. The murder rate dropped sharply, but some claim this decrease was already happening before his policies. Rumors emerged that Bukele made secret deals with the gangs, offering leniency in exchange for a decrease in violence. Though Bukele denies any cooperation, he's gained widespread support, and in 2021, his party won a decisive 2/3 majority. In March 2022, Bukele's government declared a state of emergency after gang violence flared up again, with over 60 people murdered in a single day. This crackdown resulted in thousands being arrested, often without warrants, and held for extended periods while their cases were reviewed. As the country's prisons overflowed, this colossal new high-security facility, known as CECOT, Center for Confinement of Terrorism, was built to relieve overcrowding. Inside the mega-prison, upon arrival, Juan and others are stripped of their possessions, shaved, and given simple white uniforms. His cell houses nearly 100 inmates with no beds, just metal shelves where prisoners sit, and some even sleep. Bright lights stay on 24/7, robbing him of any sense of time. There's no outdoor space, no chance for fresh air, and no privacy whatsoever. The prison is surrounded by 7 layers of security, including thick concrete walls, electric fences, and 19 guard towers. The bigger picture. Juan is unlikely to ever see his family again. CECOT is a fortress of isolation. Human rights groups like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have condemned its conditions. Some experts argue that CECOT's harsh measures only treat the symptoms of violence and may lead to even more brutality in the future. The question of justice. El Salvador's extreme approach to gang violence has been both praised and criticized. While the murder rate has dropped, many wonder if these methods are sustainable or humane. Has the country sacrificed its democratic values in exchange for safety? Bukele's rule, marked by restrictive measures on freedom of speech and assembly, has transformed the nation into one of Latin America's safest places, but at what cost? For some, Bukele is a hero. For others, a leader taking El Salvador down a darker path.